G'day, it's Simon and James. Welcome back to South OC Cars and Coffee. I've been away for, well, no videos the last 2 weeks. You were away 1 week. We are back. It is huge, and we've got the most interesting turnout of cars I've seen in a long, long time. What have you seen, James?
We do have a very interesting turnout. So first of all, we have a few original 4GTs, which is pretty cool. The Mark 1 0506, which I always love seeing. We have a couple of really nice RS cars, the Spider RS, 4 RSs, 3 RSs. I mean, it's just a very, very good day. Some really cool stuff.
Yeah, there's some, the guys from Hillbank have got a few cars that come in. The angriest, toughest sounding Mustang I've ever heard in my life. I think it has to be one of the best, if not the best sounding engine I've ever heard in my life. Also, another interesting thing, we've got a Freightliner Sport chassis that rolled in, pretty cool. So think of a F650 Ford pickup, but bigger in the Freightliner brand, and a couple of very cool Resto Mod Land Cruisers as well. So tons of cool stuff to see. Hey, don't forget, if you're coming to South OC Cars and Coffee, please remember, respect our rules, no speeding, no revving, no burnouts. That includes on the streets of San Clemente and getting on and off those freeways. Mate, a ton to see. Let's go for a walk and check some stuff out.
Let's do it. So starting off the exotics row, we have the twin R8s, my R8 and then Jason's R8 next to it. I don't think these cars could get any more similar if they tried twin Mythos Black R8s with satin PPF lowered on HREs with VF superchargers. We have both of these in the back. I have the paint matched one, center exit. Jason has his very nice satin black one to match his build as well. Very, very cool seeing these cars side by side. Very, very cool. Love it. Here is one of those very pretty original 4GTs that I mentioned. This is an 0506. Absolutely love it. No stripe on this car, which is a very clean design. Stock blower, but with a tiny little pulley on there. The owner said it made around 700 wheel, so I'm sure this thing is an absolute handful to drive. Just such a pretty color. This gunmetal gray with the stripe delete, the black wheels, everything is just such a cool little time capsule. Love it. And then here we have two other cars that I don't think I've ever seen side by side, but I love it. We have the 4RS and the Spider RS, which are essentially the exact same car, only the Spider RS obviously has the retractable roof and then a little bit less aero in the rear. But very, very cool nonetheless. Love the yellow on this, but I love this Ruby Star spec. It is so, so pretty. Both Y-Stack cars, you can see the carbon hoods on both. This has a little carbon strip along the rear here. Massive carbon wing on this GT4 RS. So between the Spider RS and the 4RS, which one would you guys take? Comment down below. Undoubtedly the first time that we've ever had 3 296 GTSs in a row, starting off with a beautiful gray with the caramel interior. Love this car. My personal favorite out of the 3 built by Bowden, this beautiful satin black with the bucket seats on the inside, slammed on a set of Anarchies, and then we have a satin blue one as well, next to Art's Revuelto, which I absolutely love. Fed this thing at the last few shows, and just the spec is so, so cool. Very, very pretty.
Look at this 911, isn't it beautiful? Look at all the spotlights on the front of this thing. People don't think of 911s as being used as rally cars, but they do, and of course they've reintroduced the Dakar model in the current lineup of Porsche in the 992, which once again, you know, shows that they're meant to do it. But look at this thing, power off, roll cage, some nice Sparco seats, quick release steering wheel. This is a very, very cool little car. And then just to top it off, a nice wooden finished roof rack on the top. Absolutely love this thing. Look at the rubber on it as well, and those widened Fuchs wheels on there. What a pretty car.
Here we have one mean looking Huracan Evo all-wheel drive slammed on a set of HRE carbon wheels with a VF supercharger in the back. Very, very cool paint match to the red to match the brake calipers. What a cool car. Absolutely love this build. Here we have two very, very special German cars, starting off with the R8 GT. Absolutely love this car. This beautiful classic red with these massive accentuated side blades. Very, very pretty set of wheels. And then next to it, we have Uzi's color shifting Aventador SV Roadster, one of my absolute favorite cars we've ever had at this show. This car's been in Texas for the last few years, and he's just finally brought it back to California. And I am so, so happy to see this car back again. Love it. Talk about a two-car solution. First of all, we have another beautiful 4GT. I don't know what it is about today. This is like the third or fourth one that I've seen this morning. Absolutely love this car. All satin black. Very, very nice set of HREs. The vintage, I want to say these are like 501s. Next to it, a full carbon Shelby GT500. This car is beautiful. I think we might have had it once before. I don't think I've ever seen it again though. And you can see all the carbon on this. The twill carbon over the entire car. Beautiful interior. Just such a pretty build. Sounded super tough coming in. Someone's obviously put a lot of time into this. Between the GT500 or the Ford GT, which one would you guys take? I think it's pretty close, but I think I'd have to take the full carbon GT500. Make sure you guys comment your answer down below.
Busy day today. Look around, so many interesting things. A couple of Land Cruisers here. I just love this era of Land Cruisers. I actually learned to drive in these era of Land Cruisers, but these two, have a look at the size of the wheels on them. Amazing suspension. Somebody's done a great job building these. Kind of resto modded, obviously, with modern autometer gauges in both of them. Very, very cool. And some other cool stuff. Let's go for a walk over this way. This thing is super cool. This is a Freightliner sport chassis. If you own a massive speedboat like an Outer Limits or something like that, or a big catamaran, or you've got a horse trailer, you want something luxurious and big enough to tow it, sport chassis is the way to go. Just a great truck that's more like a massive pickup, like a big F650 or something like that. Good showing of motorcycles again. Look at this cute little Vespa over here with all the lights on it. Just a good mix of everything, obviously, from Harleys, another Vespa over here, Yamaha. Look all the way through here. Something that caught my eye before I really like over this way. Beautiful Thruxton. I'm a fan of the Triumph Thruxton. One of the cool things they did about this motorcycle is they wanted it to look like the original old Thruxton, so they created a fuel injection system that looks like the old school brass barrel style carbs on it. So really cool. BMW, look at the bikes through here. Very cool. This thing's pretty cool as well. BMW all the way through. Great lineup. Now this is why it's important to even walk the Overflow lot. Such a great lineup of Alfa Romeos over here, a couple of Giulias over here, great little motor in these. Beautiful looking Spider over here, a 4C. I love these little cars, such a capable little car. Look, I mean, classic Alfa Romeo, another Spider along here. Some great cars, but if we swing around the other way, over this way as well, look at this BMW that I've just spotted over here. Just iconic motoring from this era, just a beautiful looking car. Those pop-up headlights, really pretty. Couple of absolute JDM legends over here. R34, Supra, of course going to R35, and even up here we got a Mitsubishi as well. This era of cars for me, this really is the sweet spot of JDM. That inline six, both of these guys competing against each other so aggressively. I mean, this is a great car, very capable. Obviously, R35 had a whole lot of tricks up its sleeve in terms of technology. And of course, we got the new Supra as well, which is obviously built with a shared platform with BMW. But for me, this era, R34, this era of Supra, that inline six, this is the pinnacle. This is the sweet spot, which will never happen again. Always great to have the guys from Hillbank Superformance here at the show. Of course, known for their amazing Cobras. These guys make Shelby approved. In fact, they build the Shelby Cobras as well. You can get them in any spec you want. You can get a Mark 1 with a narrow body, or slab side as they're called, with a 289. You can get yourself a Mark 3 like this one is. And in this case, it's running a Coyote motor in there. But you can get it with a 427 or a Roush motor, whatever spec you want. Absolute animals. Of course, they also make the GT40 replicas as well as in this case we've got one of the newer Ford GTs, but you know, they do work to Mustangs as well. There's a lineup of great cars through here. They also do a Corvette version as well, the amazing car. This car here rolled in, I mentioned this on the intro, this is one of the best sounding cars we've ever had at the show. This thing belongs to a guy called Dave. It is a super tough sounding motor. Looking at this does not do this thing justice to how it sounds. It featured on a YouTube channel and Instagram channel called Autotopia. I'm going to put a link below because you guys have got to watch this, but just have a look at it. It's just a old school race car that's just decked out so well. Love this fastback Mustang. Great to have the guys from Exodus back again. These guys make the most amazing off-road trailers. And the cool thing about them, as you can see from this, they actually lower down to a height. You can actually fit them in a standard garage. Some people get this wonderful excitement about the idea of getting a camper, and they forget then they've got to go and rent somewhere to store it. Well, with these, you don't have to worry about it. They've got everything, including the kitchen sink, amazing cabinetry, amazing fitted out. They've got the head in there, they've got the shower in there, the kitchen in there. Make sure to check them out. Exodus, really great trailers. Let's keep rolling through the sponsors. We've got Ineos Grenadier here again this week. I absolutely love these vehicles. You know, we're a fan of the old classic Land Rover, but the problem is, of course, with those, A, they're not building them anymore, and B, they were never that reliable. The beautiful thing about the Ineos Grenadier is you get that aggressive look, that practicality of those old school Defenders, but you've also got the reliability of a very well built modern vehicle. In fact, they actually use a BMW drivetrain in these things. So great looking vehicle, super cool, really well built. So if we roll around the other side, we've got Josh the Auto Buyer here. He's brought a couple of nice cars today. Wonderful looking Corvette over here, and then next we've got a beautiful looking GT3 over here as well. Wonderful looking cars. Rolling through, we've got the guys from iAccident as well, doing what they do over here. And then something also special we've got here today. Check this out, we've got the guys from Rivian, and they have this particular vehicle, which is actually built specifically to compete in the Pikes Peak. It's actually the record holder. It's 1,025 horsepower, 1,198 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. So this thing was built to do Pikes Peak. If you look at it, apart from the fact it's got Pilot Sports on the front, have a look at those seats in here and the roll cage in here as well. This is a serious piece of kit through here. So great to see companies like Rivian going into showing that it doesn't have to be traditional things doing that sort of thing. So a couple of those there this morning. Then our newest sponsor at the show as well, we've got European Exotic Centre. These guys actually have a showroom here at the outlets. If you want to check out any type of exotic vehicle you can possibly think of, they've got a ton of stock. They've brought through a few cars here today. They've got this wonderful F12 over here. Over here they've got an A12 GTS. This is beautiful over here. I'm guessing this is like a 308 over here, it's not saying, and then over here we've got a 488 as well. So make sure to check them out. European Exotic Centre, great lineup of cars in stock at the outlets. And then finally, last but certainly not least, the guys from Capo Mazda have brought some cars along. This is an interesting colour, isn't it? Brand new colour for these guys. Make sure to come and check these out. If you want to do a test drive, just let them know. Hey buddy, I love your car. What do you do for a living? Oh, this is pretty. This is a Jaguar XK140. It is such a beautiful looking car. Look at the sweeping lines on this thing. That wonderful inline six running a set of twin SUs on the top over there. What a beautiful car. The interior is lovely. That sort of blood red interior, that massive steering wheel. This is a very pretty car, 1957. Look at the lines on this thing. Absolutely wonderful. We made this car of the week a couple of weeks back. This beautiful Citroen. It's here regularly. The most amazing thing about it, look at it sitting here running. Look at the front lifting up as we're talking. This is the suspension that basically it's just pumps itself up. But so many wonderful things about these cars. They're just absolutely beautiful. Make sure to check it out on our car of the week. I mean, look at where their spare wheel is. My logic would say to me, don't put the spare wheel under the engine in the engine bay because the tyre will get hot and there could risk of perishing it. Well, of course, Citroen was all about safety, so they put it there to add an extra crash barrier. And then these inner lights on the high beam lights would actually follow the road as you turn the steering wheel. They'd turn the corner beforehand so you could see where you're going, much like they did originally in the Tucker as well. So go and check that thing out. An amazing, amazing story about this car. So we have the Alfa Romeos across the other side. There's another group of them over here as well. Look at this thing. This is absolutely beautiful. Just everything about it. Love the wheels, love this sort of period correct engine bay. But look at the Perspex windshield and side air diffusers on this thing. Very, very nice. Beautiful. Next one, another one. This is just lovely. Look at it. Just the interior is lovely. Wonderful seats, wonderful gauges on this thing. That beautiful Alfa Romeo engine. Then next one, another one as well. This one obviously tricked out for a bit of track work. It's got a roll cage. It's got some lightweight aluminum seats in there. That shifter that's brought forward. Lovely looking Spider. What a great lineup of cars through here. Just every week something special rolls in. That's just amazing to see. Couple of sweet rides. Looking here, look at this thing. I think this is a 36. I reckon we've made this car the week before. Just a beautiful, beautiful looking car. Just so neat, so clean. Love the wheels on this thing. That knurled dashboard on it. Very, very, very clean, very neat. Next to it, nice looking 32. This thing's running a blown small block Chev under there, which is super tough. That massive, big, wide serpentine belt. That's what gives a blown motor that real whine. Everybody thinks it's actually the rotors that are spinning together. Typically, on the case of these old school blowers, it's actually that serpentine belt making all the noise. The rotors make a bit of noise on these old Roots style blowers, but not as much as that belt. Couple of cool hot rods, huh? This is sweet, SRT 10 Viper. Iconic car. You know, the Viper, the SRT Viper was one of the very few, in fact the only, I think, US car that actually made it into the top 10 in Nürburgring, which for at the time was a huge, huge feat. So still an iconic car to this day. Look at the massive aero on the back, massive aero on the front. Very, very cool. Fearless. Hey, have a look at this thing. This is a Roush Mustang. Roush do a great job. First of all, look at the size of the Brembos on this thing, huge. The thing that caught my eye, obviously, is supercharged under here, but they've actually gone for a twin throttle body. So the intake comes from a single through a Y into two throttle bodies to increase the airflow into that engine rather than just running on, 104mm, for example, throttle body. Super cool, nice looking rubber on it. How many horsepower? 810, the owner was just saying to me before. 810 horsepower with a warranty. Pretty special. There's some great stuff coming out in this generation of Mustang. If you're here last week, you would have seen we had the GTD, which is Ford's factory-built version that's, busted the 610 mark around the Nürburgring. Absolutely amazing. Carbon fiber, incredible aero on that thing mounted off the C-pillar. I love that on that GTD also, if you look through where the back seat normally is, you see pushrod suspension through into the trunk. But this is affordable, that a little bit less affordable, but it's a great collector's car, but really nicely done, right? Really, really well engineered. Love it. How sweet is this 1977 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am with, of course, the Screaming Eagle on the hood, made famous by the original Smokey and the Bandit movie. 77 is what they used in the first year. Then they went to a 79. 79, of course, doesn't have that open grille in there. The grille's actually enclosed, but for me, this is my favourite of the era. This is obviously a little bit resto mod, given by the fact that the seats in it aren't really original, but still very cool. Got the original Targa top on there. Iconic colour scheme. I think a lot of kids, after Smokey the Bandit came out, we all had posters of this thing on our bedroom wall. Really good to see. catch this before it leaves. This amazing Packard, this gentleman drove it in over here, is a 12-cylinder, believe it or not. So these guys made these incredible big flat 8 cylinders. This is actually a 12-cylinder, which is why it's got such a long hood. Beautiful navy blue color. And what I really think is interesting, the grille actually opens and closes based on the thermostat on the engine. So if it needed to run a little warmer, it would close off, stop the air coming in, or it would open up again if it was running hot. But just a beautiful, beautiful car. I was going to potentially make this car of the week this week, but unfortunately he needs to leave. Maybe next time he comes in.
That is it for a very busy South OC Cars and Coffee. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Please remember, if you are attending the event, respect our rules: no revving, no speeding, no burnouts. That includes on the property, on the streets of San Clemente, and then getting on and off those freeways. I want to say a massive thank you to all the sponsors. We have the Bracket T-Way Marketing, Spark AI, McGuire's, Mazda, Next Level Auto Protection, iAccent Lawyers, Josh Auto Buyer, Rivian, Go Mobile Tire, European Exotic Center, Sierra Ineos Grenadier, Hillbank Motor Corporation, and of course MagnaFlow and Camberg as well. Do also want to say a massive thank you to all the volunteers that help us put on this event each and every week. We could not do it without you guys. Remember, if you want to become a volunteer, hit us up on Instagram at South OC Cars and Coffee merch. So we have all the volunteer rostering, and then while you're over there, check out some of our hats, hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, lanyards, everything that you could possibly want from Cars and Coffee merch. If you are volunteering, you get to bring your car in before 8:30, and then Ruby's Anna provides a free coffee and donut for everyone helping us out.
Yeah, massive thank you to Ruby's for doing that and feeding the masses every Saturday, and there are masses here today. And a big thank you to the outlets of San Clemente for allowing us to be here as well. We could not do it without them. So remember, if you need to do any shopping, go to the movies, grab a coffee, go to a restaurant, whatever, come to the outlets, tell them South OC Cars and Coffee send you. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee.
Thank you guys.